Hey guys, Check UK here. Today I thought I'd take a look at one of my favourite figures in my collection. This chap. Classics Optimus Prime. Now, when the Classics originally came out, and now they've sort of morphed even into from the Universe of Generations line, the idea was that you would take an existing character from Generation 1 and give him a modern, updated look, which they have done with quite a lot of Transformers now. This guy was from the first wave, and most of the first wave was pretty much a success. Apart from the Megatron, it wasn't really due down to his transformation and his gun, it was his colour scheme that Takara eventually repainted into his more usual grey colour. However, I'm not here to speak about Megatron, I'm here to speak about this guy, Optimus Prime. And he's been updated to a semi-truck, and I don't know if such a semi-truck exists or if it's just a modern design take on it. But it's pretty awesome, shares the same colour scheme as the Generation 1 Prime, and you can see nice little neat touches to his original Generation 1 mould. Mainly the legs, admittedly. But it's a cool mode, and his wheels roll fantastically. And of course you get the little rub sign that they brought back for these releases of figures. And it's just generally nice. It's nice, see, it's compact. I keep saying the word nice, but you know, I can't help it, it really is. You can't see any robot kibble, pretty much. It's hidden by the smokestacks, and underneath you couldn't really tell. So, oh, don't forget his nice blue tinted windows, brilliant. Okay, so I'll just transform into robot mode. Robot mode. To transform him into robot mode is pretty Prime standard. What I mean by Prime standard is the back of his alt mode becomes his legs, and the top of his robot mode becomes his body. Pretty much every Prime from Generation 1 all the way up to the movies, even to the latest Prime series, has this base of transformation for Optimus. It's never changed unless you count the Beast Wars figures. And a quick look at his head sculpt. You can see it's lovely. It's brilliantly been done. And it's definitely got a nice hint of Generation 1 with a couple of modern touches to make it stand out. He's got his fake grill piece, admittedly, but the nice blue tinted windscreen still remains. And the colour scheme again is still Prime, it's still spot on. He's got a ton of joints for movement and poses. And just take a look there. Surprising amount, really. When you look at him you just think, oh, he'll just bend his legs back and forward. But no, I mean, just what I've shown you there. Even his arms. The fists don't twist, but you know, don't really need to, do they? The only complaint that people seem to bring up for this mould is the panels for his truck mode. They just hang off his arms, so it is a bit of kibble, but it can be forgiven. I think that's the only flaw, if you want to call it a flaw. I don't think it is on this mould. Now he comes with two accessories. The first one was his roof, which becomes his big blaster, and his smokestacks become a twin barreled gun. I usually keep the twin barreled gun on his fists, which is refusing to clip in. Something always goes wrong on camera, doesn't it? You're always guaranteed. There we are. And fold this gun back up. Again, not sure what to transform, it basically just folds out. He said unconvincingly, dropping the gun. And folds out, folds in, and goes back to his roof piece, which plugs into a port here. And voila, you have a parachute or a rocket pack for Optimus, depending on your preferences. Now this figure has had a couple repaints. The Ultra Magnus repaint is very expensive to get a hold of. This is due to the fact it came packaged with Skywarp Classics, Skywarp that is, and both of those colour scheme moulds are sought after. But I didn't want that version because to me Ultra Magnus is the guy that transforms into the big ass warrior, not just a white repaint of Optimus Prime. There's going to be a Tokyo Toy Show, I think, this year, recolour, repaint of this figure, and it does look quite awesome. Overall, I recommend you pick up this figure. He doesn't come cheap, he does come a lot cheaper than the repaints I've mentioned, but you have two choices. You can get the Classics version, which I've got, or the Henke version, which Vigoreth insists is better, but to be honest I don't see much difference. However, the choice is out to you. The Henke version will cost you a bit more than this version, loose. I don't know about mint in box. I would imagine they're going to be quite a bit. Overall, he's a brilliant figure. He's worth buying. He's definitely should be in your collection if you're collecting the Classics Henke Universe Generations lines. And that's been my review. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.